What's up, Zaloria family? Today, I want to have a serious conversation with you about something that directly impacts not only our community's future, but also the next generation that's coming up. The topic is about the importance of the references we follow and how that shapes our progress in life. More importantly, we'll talk about how we, as a generation, can break these destructive cycles and become the positive role models the world desperately needs. I know that many of you, just like me, grew up seeing destructive behaviors around you. Sometimes it's within your own family, sometimes it's in the environment you live in, the streets you walk. For me, I saw it up close. Adults in my family stuck in habits like heavy drinking, drug use, poor eating, neglecting their health. And you know what happens? Kids grow up in that environment, seeing this as normal, and it's so easy to fall into the same pattern. Why? Because when it's all you see, you start believing there's no other way. I know some of you are seeing yourselves in this story. You look around and see friends, uncles, fathers, cousins, everyone going down the same path. And you're thinking, man, is that going to be my life too? Am I going to make the same bad choices? But let me tell you something important. It doesn't have to be that way. You have the power to break the cycle. You have the power to be different. Now, I won't lie to you, this takes work. Growing up in an environment that repeats these same destructive patterns puts pressure on you to become just like everyone else. But it's in this moment that you need to make a conscious choice. If you don't want to follow that path, you need to start doing things differently. Choose better habits, choose your friends wisely, choose your actions with intention. You can be the change your family needs, the change our community needs. Now, let me explain why this is so important. It's not just about what happens to you, but about the impact you can have on the next generation. We talk a lot about leaving a legacy, but I'm not just talking about money or material things. I'm talking about leaving a legacy of behavior, of values, of a way of seeing the world. Imagine if your kids, your siblings, your cousins grew up with a role model who took care of their health, respected their body, ate well, pursued knowledge, and made conscious decisions. That's a legacy that can change lives. Look, I know we carry a heavy burden. As Black men, we're often conditioned from a young age to believe that our place in the world is limited, that opportunities aren't available to us, that the system is against us. And yes, I recognize that the system doesn't make it easy, but bro, we can't let that keep us down. The cycle of defeatism is another one we need to break. We are stronger than any barrier the world tries to put in our way. The truth is, our generation carries the responsibility to change the course of things, not just for us, but for everyone who comes after us. And this isn't some feel-good, self-help talk, this is real. When you decide to become a positive role model, you start to impact the people around you. When you start making better decisions for your life, that inspires the people who are watching you. It could be your brother, your cousin, your friend. They start thinking, if he's doing it, why can't I? Let me give you an example that's simple but makes all the difference. We know that a lot of our health and energy comes from what we eat and how we take care of our bodies, right? Now, if you grow up in a household where everyone eats poorly, lives off fast food, soda, alcohol, how are you going to know there's a different way? How will you even get the idea that taking care of your body can change your life? This is what I want you to start thinking about. We can be that example of change. We can show that there's another way to live, a way where we take care of our bodies, our minds, and our souls. And here in Zaloria, that's exactly what we're building. A movement of people who are committed to changing their own future and the future of those coming after them. I'm talking about a real commitment to self-improvement. Taking care of your physical health, yes, but also growing mentally and emotionally. Being a role model isn't just about looking good. It's about how you live, how you think, how you react to challenges. And trust me, the impact you can have is bigger than you think. Sometimes you might feel like nobody's paying attention, like what you're doing isn't making a difference. But people are watching you. Someone is being inspired by your effort. Even if it's just one person, that's enough to start a movement. Now think with me, what if each one of us here in this community decided to be that positive role model? Imagine the impact that would have on our families, our friends, our community. We have the power to change things from the inside out, and that change starts with each one of us. Another thing I want you to think about, what does it mean to be a powerful Black man today? I'm not just talking about financial power, having a car, or wearing name brands. I'm talking about being a man who has control over his life, who chooses his own path, who makes conscious decisions and influences others in a positive way. That's the kind of power we need to strive for. Because when you become that kind of man, everything around you starts to transform. Now, this doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. And that process starts when we decide to step away from negative influences and start seeking better role models. Is it hard? Yes, but it's possible. So what's the next step for you? What are you going to do after hearing this message? Because listening is just the beginning. Real change happens when you take action. You can start with small actions, changing your diet, starting to work out, seeking knowledge. Every small action you take pulls you further away from those negative cycles and closer to the life you want to live. And bro, don't think this is about being perfect. It's not. We all make mistakes, we all fall. What matters is your willingness to get back up after every fall and keep moving forward. Here in Zaloria, we're not striving for perfection, we're striving for progress. And that progress is built every day, with small choices, small steps. That's how we break old cycles and create a new future, not just for ourselves, but for everyone who comes after us. So to wrap up this reflection, I want to leave you with a challenge. Today, make one choice that moves you closer to becoming the role model you want to be. It could be a simple choice. Maybe you'll choose to eat better, maybe you'll start exercising, maybe you'll decide to study something new. What matters is that you make a choice, because that's how change starts. And if you're here, listening to this message, it means you've already taken the first step. Now, we'll continue this journey together. Zaloria is our tribe, our community, and together, we're going to build the future we want to see. If you believe in this, if this message resonated with you, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment below about how you're breaking negative cycles in your life, and share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Let's do this together, family. Let's be the change the world needs.